organization, but I really wanted to do something specifically that helped children's hospitals, because when I was a kid, there really weren't that many. And I was a scared kid. So I was able to take the celebrity that I had and great friends like Marie Osmond and decide to do something on our own. And that became Children's Miracle Network, which is now Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. We're 42 years old, and we've raised a little over $8.5 billion.
Wow!
All of which has gone to help children in children's hospitals really have a better time getting better. So I'm very, very proud of that, folks. If you look and you see the CMNH balloon, you'll see it at Dairy Queen, you'll see it at Walmart, you'll see it at 7-Eleven. They're out there. They're in a lot of places, and I'm sure you've donated to it already. Know that all of that money stays locally, and all of that money goes to help the kids. There's not that was a promise we made early on. There wasn't any diving into your donation for our overhead. We take care of that in other ways. So, awesome. Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, great organization, and I thank you for asking.
Thank you for talking about it. Thank you for your time. I know we have your address. We're going to send you a couple care packages, one from 8-Man Strong, one from Bucked Up Energy Drink, and also a care package from Roasted Whisk, where they'll make a custom coffee, tea box of goodies to send you as well.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to give one more plug. Go to John Schneider's Revenuers Reserve. I have my own moonshine. It's about time Bo had his own moonshine.
Yeah.
Wow. John Schneider's RevenuersReserve.com. It's pretty darn good stuff.
All right.
Well, we'll try to get that overnighted so we can have it, to get you to sign a couple for our studio for this weekend.
Sure. I might have a bottle or two somewhere.
I'm sure. Thank you for your time, and we will see you this weekend for sure in Tampa.
All right. I greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. John Schneider, Dukes of Hazzard, so many other things, country star. I'm like, no, Randy, I want something funny. I want something, not dirt, because I wouldn't do that. But, yeah, he's the greatest guy. He's had #1 songs.
If he did bring dirt, he would just ramp it.
He never did that. I think, I read that somewhere, that he never was in the car when it jumped.
Oh, really?
Again, insurance, and he's Cruise. The star. And,
Well, Tom Cruise would do it.
Tom Cruise can pay his own insurance. That's the difference. It's funny. I didn't get to ask John about this, but when that movie A Star Is Born came out with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, I really, honestly, this is going to sound like complete BS, but I thought of John Schneider as being the guy that should have played the Bradley Cooper role. Because if you looked at Chris Christopherson when he did the original with Barbra Streisand, it was an older, grizzled guy. He was a veteran of the music industry. And Bradley Cooper, sure, he played it. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. But I thought John Schneider would have been a perfect casting for that part.
Well, we'll ask him on Saturday or Sunday.
We didn't have TV on Greenacres.
Greenacres is the place to be.
Take us out, Arnold.
Farm living is the life for me.
And Dave talks about the pig first. He doesn't talk about Gabor first. He talks about the pig.
Nobody talked about Daisy Duke, Catherine Bach at all. He just said the only time he mentioned her name, John Schneider did, was when he was talking about the jersey.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, I want a pair of Daisy Dukes. Not for me.
I wasn't going to. No.
Not for me.
There was some, Matthewisms I could have thrown out, but, I'm trying to hold back from that. So that's our.
It's going to be amazing Comic-Con, though.
It is going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's not Comic-Con.
It's not Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Comic Convention.
Comic Convention.
See, I get confused.
It's two different companies.
It's like saying a cotton swab or a Q-tip.
PepsiCo.
Comic-Con is a brand.
It's two different companies.
Yeah.
It'd be like Pizza Hut, and what's another really good pizza place?
Domino's.
Domino's, okay.
There's one in front of Mike's house today.
Little Caesars.
Right. Well, but it is different, and I remember you got caught in it last time because we didn't realize. I just thought it was a Comic-Con, but no, it's convention. That way, so yeah. We are going to the Tampa Bay Comic Convention.
It is amazing how much money these conventions earn.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just for the group that owns it, but for the town, the city they go to. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And I never realized it, honestly, until I was in my 20s, because I wasn't a comic book guy. I'm not even a superhero movie person. I know, but I went to...
Are you a Martine Gramatica person?
I am. I like Martine Gramatica. Very much so. Not as much as I like Catherine Bach, however.
That's the greatest book of all time.
Martin
In my
Gramatica?
opinion, I think he's probably should be the number one.
I thought you
I'm going to poke him in the eye.
If you're going to rank them,
I thought you said book.
I need my glasses on.
I was like, Gramatic.
Safety first.
Oh, my God.
See, they are useful.
I did reach out to Martin this morning.
Did you?
We talked about a few things, and I'm like, hey, I got to tell you this. And he's like, really? I go, believe me, I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, right.
You know, I barely want to tell you this is what he said. We've been good friends, you know, since his rookie year. So,
Yeah, but Randy's number one Buck of all time is Warren Sapp.
Yes,
if
it
you
is.
Disagree with him, you end up on the chopping block like myself. You'll be fired, kicked out. You'll be back, but you know it's. If
you'll refuse to leave
if you
too.
don't agree with Randy
Oh, no.
on his
All you do is not pick me up.
It's not about disagreeing. It's I get a little upset when people say why he's not the best Buck. I mean, if you want to just say he's, in your opinion, on the field he was not the most valuable Buck of all time, you're wrong. But I can't argue with you.
That's the point.
But to say, I would say over half the time when somebody says he's not, or wherever he is on the list, they always drop because he didn't take a picture with my kid, because he didn't sign an autograph for my kid.
Well, he's a terrible Buck.
One is nothing.
Tony Dungy wouldn't disregard a kid's request.
Yeah, he would.
You think?
Yeah.
Tony would?
Yeah, it's all about timing and where you are and your day and how. Yeah, all of those things. And when you say, the question has never been who is the greatest person to ever play sports in Tampa, because then no, it wouldn't be Warren, and Warren would tell you that. I've always said all that matters when you're saying who is the greatest player, athlete, musician, it's what they do on stage. It's what they do on the field. I don't care what they do outside.
All right, what would be the greatest sports person who ever played in Tampa?
So you're saying of all the two sports that's in Tampa?
All sports. I mean,
well, all it would be is in Tampa. All that's in, because again, I know you're new here.
No, I know,
but it's not.
It's just Lightning. No, there's the Rays. There's
not.
But the Rays are not in Tampa.
I'm going to go with Bobby Fink, your gold medalist from Paris Olympics 2024.
From Clearwater.
From Clearwater, who just went down to North Shore Pool and did an exhibition over the weekend. So, I mean, gold medal. Represent your nation.
Okay.
Who's a bigger star than that?
Okay. Hold on. As people are going to say it's not Warren because Warren's off field, what about Bobby Fink in Rio? Let's don't forget that.
What did he do in Rio?
Yeah, who is
he alleged.
It's a different country. Like
he alleged what really happened to me. He alleged happened to him.
He got questioned by people with armor on.
He claims that he got a little shook down and all that kind of stuff. Again, when you're saying who's the greatest swimmer, who's the greatest this, who's the greatest that, I don't know if I'd take Fink over Maurice Spates with an NCAA ring, an NBA ring. I mean,
does Warren have an?
Speaking of rings, your boy Steve Kerr was at the Democratic National Convention. He opened for Kamala Harris, and the Warriors head coach, the head coach of the gold medal winning U.S. men's basketball team, is picking political sides. So
everybody is.
Against?
First of all, I don't care. You know, I feel I don't want to get political too long, so give me 2 or 3 minutes to. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who what Kerr votes for. I don't care who Donald Trump votes for. I don't care. I only care who I'm going to vote for. I don't care. You have a right to whatever. Well, where I have a problem, here's my thing. When you say somebody's a bad role model, okay, which is basically this. If you are going to vote for somebody because Kerr says to, if you're going to vote for, I mean, you know, Tom Schneider was just on, right? John Schneider, who obviously is a Trump guy. I'm not going to vote for Trump because of him. I'm not going to vote for the other one because of Taylor Swift. And anybody who says that.
Now, hold on. But you come from a different era, right? So you're an older person. You come from a different part of society where it's different. You also served our nation. So at a young age, at 18, you were trained to protect the freedoms of everybody.
Have a mind?
Well, no, but your job is to protect the freedoms of this nation, and everybody has an opinion and a voice. So you're not as impressionable as other people. But influence absolutely matters in everything. Ask Mike from network TV to sports to anything. Why do you think NIL deals are so relevant now?
I get it.
In college sports and even high school now. Image and influence and perception is our world. It's our life. And if Simone Biles comes out and makes a public donation to Kamala Harris and Elon Musk backs Donald Trump, those people have absolute influence over people.
They do. I'm just saying that I would be upset if either one of my children, my wife, my son, well, my son is my children, grandkids, aunts, uncles, whatever, if they would follow somebody because they like that person. I like whoever, Taylor Swift, so I'm going to vote whatever Taylor Swift likes.
Her impact's going to be big.
It is going to be big. But keep on Kerr for a minute. What did you think? I thought of you instantly, and I try not to think of you.
Sure.
But what did you think when Steph Curry tweeted to the track guy about we're world champions now?
No alliance?
Yeah, when he made a comment about, which you do,
right.
That you're not world champions in the NBA, you're just the champions. So then he tweeted them and kind of started a little whatever,
sure.
like, shut up, we are now, right?
Now we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought of you.
I love it. It's good.
Speaking of basketball, do you know that the Boston Celtics have put themselves on the market for $6 billion? And according to Bill Simmons of The Ringer,
$6 billion?
Jeff Bezos is interested in purchasing them. And I don't know, Bezos would be, imagine like the Celtics gear off of Amazon.com would be all discounted.
I think the Bucks just got an offer for $6 billion.
Yes.
And they turned it down.
Yeah,
the Glazers turned it down.
But if Jeff Bezos owns the Celtics, could you imagine
the Celtics?
The Celtics. Could you imagine the locker rooms in that place? Like, have you ever been to the Amazon lockers, like outside of 7-Eleven? That's great. You get your uniform, your shoes delivered.
The next day. You get new ones the next day.
During the game.
You could plug your Tesla into your locker.
Bro, you can call a timeout, go to the locker room, and have something delivered. Go back out.
Well, you could also probably auction off the gear. At halftime, and have it delivered before the game's over.
That's not eBay.
Right to your seat. right to your seat.
Right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they probably could do.
Yeah, they could do.
But we want it sold and delivered by a drone. By a drone.
That's right. No, but isn't there a no-fly zone over the stadiums during games?
Yes.
Yeah, so you couldn't do the drone.
No, I've seen Santa fly into Philadelphia and get booed.
They hit him with batteries.
Absolutely a fly.
We argue about this all the time.
They hit him with batteries.
But it wasn't Santa. It was an old man they took out of the stands.
It was a Santa, and they booed Santa Claus.
It was a Philadelphian.
They're the worst fans.
Who they took. Oh, they definitely are the worst fans. There's no doubt. But they took, a fat old guy with a beard because Santa was late. So they brought him in to go on the field. He's not Santa. He's just a character.
Now they replace him with a skinny, bald-head guy. But both are delivering packages mid-game. So whether it's Jeff Bezos or Santa Claus, quit booing them.
Just keep throwing batteries. The batteries are okay.
Hey, wait, I just got to tell you, this just popped up. I just wrote Philly fan Santa, and it popped up. Did the Philadelphia Phillies fans throw batteries at Santa Claus? It happened in 1968. The game itself was referred to as a Santa Claus game. Oh, my goodness. Week 14, whatever. They did. They threw.
Right.
You're a big network guy. I mean, you remember Fox 1 New York when Elf was in Central Park and they didn't have belief in Christmas spirit and the battery was dead on the Santa sleigh? So throwing batteries at Santa probably was trying to save Christmas.
It wasn't Santa.
This network guy is like slanting the news.
Shocking. That's never been done in news and media and all that kind of stuff. All right, 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Former World Series champ, former All-Star. I happen to even go. He started the All-Star game in Pittsburgh. Brad Penny is going to be here. I had to put a clock on so that I would know when to hit the break and do it on time. Because Steve says he has all these bands that are going to give us music. So we're going to have music here shortly. So, all right, 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. We'll be right back.
Internal clock.
So that was a good segment, fellas.
How you doing? This is Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.